Imagine you had no survival instincts, you had no mind at all, which means every time you meet with an animal, you're learning it for the first time. So what happens when you don't dwell in the past and the future?
I believe that every human will keep reincarnating. So how long do you think it will take?
Watching this one video by Acharya Prashant, which was phenomenal, he said, everybody in this world is an apocalypse.
So what happens when everyone chose to pursue their passion? Who will work? How does that entire thing work? A lot of people are saying that we are the mind, but other side of people are saying that we are the souls, which is true.
So,
since I am in this phase of life, I have this curious question. I am someone who wants to pursue her passion right now. So what happens when everyone chose to pursue their passion? Who will work under those people? Like how does that entire thing work in the first place?
I believe each one of us have been given a genius. You have a genius, I have a genius. For you, what you're starting to figure out is your genius is music, and for me, teaching has always been my genius. So everybody has their own genius, but the intensity with which somebody works on their genius is very different. Some people just take that entire step of faith and they jump into something, they figure it out. Some people are standing outside and because of their conditioning, they're looking at it and they're feeling like, is it possible for me? Is it not possible for me? It is not that they're incapable. It is just that their conditioning has gone so wild that they're not able to think anything beyond the conditioning. So the world will always have variety of people. That does not mean some people are passionate, some people are not passionate. The genius that is there inside of you that has come here to create something has always been there. And one of the misconceptions around passion is people think when you have to live your life's purpose or passion, it has to be something which is greater than life. You have to change the entire world. You have to invent something. You have to discover something. It's not like that. See, for you, it's more of music. For me, it's more of teaching. For somebody, it can be, I want to be the best mother. For somebody, it can be, I want to be the best soccer player. The more intense you are in that and the more focused you are in that, your ability to be on the top is much higher. Does everybody have the ability to be on the top? That is the ideal world scenario. Like everybody is out there. And let's take a flip to it. So my passion is teaching. I don't like cooking. So invariably there will be people who are very passionate about cooking, like cooks and chefs, and they will be of service. And my contribution to them will be more of money. So the world is intertwined in such a way that the more deeper you go into your passion and you start working towards it, you will figure a way out. See, there is no comparison of who will go to the top, but you will figure a way out to reach a place that has been undiscovered for you. I'll give you an example. So I was watching this one video by Acharya Prashant, which was phenomenal. He said, everybody in this world is an apocalypse. Like, what is the meaning of an apocalypse? An apocalypse is somebody where your parents have created a base for you and it's easier for you to operate from that base. If you look at it from that perspective, all of us are operating from the base of what our ancestors had created. So he gave an example of a cell phone. Us having that cell phone in our hand is one of the most advanced technological inventions in mankind ever, but we don't take it so seriously. The more you stay in the process of utilizing other people's inventions or just being more in your comfort zone, everything is discovered, everything is taken care of. None of us are thinking about food. As in, we're not thinking about farming. We're not thinking about the climate change. We know the food is going to come home in a matter of 10 minutes once I order on an online app. So it's gotten so comfortable that the real fulfillment that all of us are seeking for will never come in just using what has already been done. The real fulfillment only comes when you add some kind of a value. That is, your purpose of fulfillment is only determined by what is that you are contributing. I mean, it's not even about leaving a legacy. The more people do something with the intention of leaving a legacy behind, they screw it up. Because when you're doing something and you have an intention that I want to leave a legacy behind, your energy is getting split in two parts. The energy in taking action plus the energy in thinking about I want to leave a legacy for the future. But when I take that legacy point out and I take my entire energy and invest it in creating something in the now, the more present I am with the present moment, and the more I come from the joy of creating something, the legacy becomes a byproduct of it. So take a look at anybody, the people that we are inspired by who are no more right now. Nobody ever created a revolution or invented something with the intention of I am creating something for my legacy.
Mm.
They did it because they were so extremely involved in that at that point of time. It's very similar to how in Bhagavad Gita also they say, focus on your action, but not on the results. I mean, technically what happens is, the more let's say I have so much energy, and so much energy can go in doing the action or doing a process of being in the present moment. But I am deflecting the energy and cutting it into two and saying some energy is doing the action, some energy is projecting what the future will bring for me. So the more your energy is disconnected like this, imagine you are somebody who's only operating from the present moment. Imagine somebody like me who's operating present moment and anticipation of what will the future create for me. Who do you think will create a better product out of the two of us?
The one focusing.
Yeah, it's you, because your entire energy is focused in that point. So your ability to create something is so much more higher and stronger, and the impact it leaves is so much more higher and stronger compared to a person like me who's thinking now and the future. Because the future is just a concept of the mind. See, think about what the mind thrives on. The mind thrives on past and future. The mind is either making you extremely anxious about thinking about what the future is going to look like, or it is going to make you feel guilty or ashamed, or feelings of I could have done better thinking about your past. So what happens when you don't dwell in the past and the future? You are in the present moment. And every time you are in the present moment, you reach a place called a mindlessness, which we use the term called mindfulness. You are very mindful, which is basically your mind dissolves because you're not thinking about the past or the future. In that moment, you are in a state of flow. And when you reach that state of flow, there is a divine that is, the divine has always been flowing. Like it is constantly giving us guidance, it is constantly giving us insights and intuition. But because the mind is there, it's obstructing both of it. Now, when you start operating from the present moment, this starts to come. And that is where your inspiration comes from. That is where you're in a state of flow. So everybody thrives to reach a state of flow where the mind just dissolves and you're able to operate at your infinite potential. Because mind is very finite. Mind is a combination of what you can anticipate in the future and what conditioning you have from the past. That is all the mind is all about. It was a tool that was designed or given to us to navigate through life. But for some reason, it has taken over and it is difficult for people to just move out of it at this point.
Navigate through life with what? Like, because there are a lot of confusion with regards to mind itself. A lot of people are saying that we are the mind, but other side of people are saying that we are the souls.
Okay.
So, which is true?
So, the soul is a part of a divine intelligence, infinite. The mind cannot comprehend. For example, if I'm going to ask you, think about 100 apples. You can think about it. Think about 1,000 apples. You can still think about it. If I ask you to think about an infinite number of apples, the mind cannot comprehend. It can just objectively fathom something, but it cannot comprehend what that is. So, the mind was given to us to navigate through life as in, for example, let's say there is an animal that is coming to attack me. What are the conditioning that I need to have on the inside? A fight, flight, or a freeze response. So that for my survival, any species that you take in this world, the ultimate motive for it to survive. Because you can only think about thriving and becoming better and becoming a good human only if you survive. So the survival instincts, imagine you had no survival instincts, you had no mind at all. Which means every time you meet with an animal, you're learning it for the first time. Imagine how much of a time it delays in your process of evolution. So now the mind was a tool that was given saying, hey, everything that can become redundant, everything that helps you survive, everything that I can store as information that you don't have to use energy to access it at every point of time becomes a subconscious mind. And what do we use a subconscious mind for? All our internal actions. The heart is beating, we are breathing, and the beliefs also that are stuck because it has been repeated to us enough number of times. So I don't have to use a conscious effort at this point of time to access that belief. I operate from that belief. Because I'm operating from that belief, I become that identity. So the mind's initial role was to help us navigate, was to help us evaluate things, was to help us experience life. Because in this three-dimensional world, we have the ability to express life with 5 senses. And all the data of the 5 senses is going to the mind. And the mind is comprehending information and giving you a sense of feeling in your body as a part of a physiology. So the mind's job was only that. But the mind got conditioned so much that most of us have forgotten that the mind was only a tool. Like how the hand is a tool, but the hand is a visible and a tangible tool. The mind is an invisible and an intangible tool, very similar to the hands. Now I'm not going to say this is Gayathri. I'm going to say this is a part of Gayathri. The mind is also a part of me which was given to me here so that I could experience life in its fullest. but it has taken over most of us at this point of time.